Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're gonna continue working on part 6 of this Tim Hortons. Let's get started. So in the last video, we were able to assign materials and then we change elevation on our parapets. Now we're gonna continue working on this, and one thing that I want to point out is if you have this issue like what I have, and you can see that there is a wall that is sticking out even though if you assign the material. The reason for this is there's a perpendicular wall, which is this wall right here. So if we go to first floor, it will fix on this one once we push this one in. So this one is the one that is causing this. If we go back, as you can see, this one, there's no more indented wall there or piece of material there. So now you just need to go back and push it in, and as you can see, those are fixed already. And also we also have it right here. So now, knowing that that's the solution, we just need to go back right here, and as you can see, we have this one right here. Push it back and then double check it, make sure everything is clean again, and then pull it back again, and then there you go, everything will be clean, like as you can see here. So now I'm also going to increase the height here, and then instead of low parapet, I want it to be top parapet, similar to what I just did there. And in today's video, we're going to concentrate on how we're going to create the Tim Hortons logo. Unlike the other times that I just add the McDonald's logo, it also came to it came with when I inserted in Twinmotion. It came to I got it from 3D Warehouse. So now what I'm gonna do is I want to create a logo so that you will know how to create it as well. So what I usually do first is I'm planning to add the Tim Hortons logo right here in front of the main entrance. So I'm planning to put it right here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to my south elevation, and as you can see, this is the main entrance, and roughly I'm going to use annotate detail line and then just a thin line, just to basically gauge the size of it. So around probably 2800, and as you can see, 2800 by 800 or 900, whatever you want the size to be, and at least I have a gauge on how big it is. So 2800 by 800, and then now I can delete this. It's just for my visual tendency, because I'm a more visual person, so I need to see what I'm gonna do. So that's the Tim Hortons right there. So 2800 by 800. Now what we need to do is we need to go to uh, AutoCAD. The reason that we need to go to AutoCAD is so that we could create the Tim Hortons logo from a image. So what I need to do now is I'm gonna pause here, and then we're going to open AutoCAD. So I opened the AutoCAD, and one of the first step that you need to do is you need to know what template are we going to use. So I'm using a millimeters, so we're going to use a metric. So this is a metric right here. So if you don't understand, you can press in UN, that's units, and then this is under millimeters. So that's good enough. I'm just gonna turn this off. I don't need that grids. And then now we could go and select a rectangle, or you can even put a line and just put in 2800. So actually that's 2800 by 800. So that's good enough. I'm just gonna create the rectangle right there. And then we're going to import an image. Usually, if you Google Tim Hortons logo, you will see some PNG files that you can add here, or you can even put a JPEG file. So I'm gonna click on import and then press enter. Once you do, you will have this one right here, and I already have the logo. And then I'm gonna open the logo, and then what happened is it's generating. What you can also do instead of that is just having the file or the folder open. And once you have the file open, you can just drag and drop. So as you can see, it's very small. So that's why we have this rectangle box, so that it will give us the scale. So you could just add it, and then it will ask you to scale factor it. You can put 1, but it will be very small. So what I'm doing right now is I'm scaling it, or I'm just assuming the scale right now. So I'm just going to estimate it like that. And then after that, it will ask you to rotate. You just need to rotate it in 0. So it's similar to that. I'm gonna put it inside the box to see how big it is. So it looks good, but I want to size it more. So scale, select that. So you can select it first, type in scale, enter or spacebar, and then you could resize it like that. What you can also do instead of what I did is you can do select that scale, and then select the base point, and then type in R for reference, spacebar, and then go. It will ask you to add the first and then the second, and then now you could select that. So usually what I do is I'll move it first to this location, and then so that I could grab it from here up to here and then scale it. So let's do it again. Select this one, scale, press space bar, select it in the base point. Don't worry about that. So type in R space again, and then grab it from the each ends right here, and then space it like that. So now it will be exactly the same 28 by 800, 2800 by 800 size. And if you want to see, we could change the background transparency. So once you select that, the image plugin will be available here, and then you'll be able to see everything. So you can change the background transparency. I'll probably going to include those PNG for you guys, so that you will know, you can practice how to do it. So now what I'm gonna do is go to home. You could even put it into a different layer, so it's up to you guys. For me, I'm just gonna put it in layer 0, and then you can go here onto draw, and then you could use spline. And then what you could do is you could zoom in, and then you can click there. You can turn off ortho, so F8 to turn off ortho, and then yeah, just click, and then you just need to As you know, it will bend, so make sure to give it some handles there. So give it more handles so that you can push it back later on once cleaning it. So any corner, you need to add more of those handles so that it's easier for you to, as you can see, it's easier to, so easier for you to handle those corners, and it won't bend this much. So this is just how I do it, and as you can see, it will be time consuming, but even though it's time consuming, at least you will know how to create something like this, and then eventually you will create something different, like probably a different brand, a different restaurant, or whatever you want, and you'll be able to do it in Revit. So here, this is the one I'm gonna close, and then click on spacebar. So now we have the T, and we just need to create all of this. I know it will be very time consuming um, if I'm just gonna do it all at once right here, but as you can see, it will you will need a lot of patience when you're doing this. Plus, it will give a better look into your renderings once you create this. So space bar again. And sometimes what you can do is you can, even though you haven't finished it, you can stop probably in the midpoint, click space bar, and then draw another one so that um, it's not the whole thing that you're doing. You could take a rest. So it's easier to just probably do that, but if you have a lot of patience, just do it all at once. So as you can see, every corner, add more handles. I believe they call it differently. Um, as you can see right there, and then I could basically add in a stop here, and as much as possible get all the curves if it has a curve. And then luckily this is a spline, and for a spline it's really easy for you to change it because it only has some handles. I think they call it vertices. So I'm gonna stop here and to show you that you can also stop. So here I'm gonna stop, space bar. So when you're stopping, use space bar, and you can even zoom here, and then yeah, they call it vertices, so you can even add, remove, or refine vertices. So here probably we're going to add. So I'm gonna add vertices. I'm gonna add it right here, and then we could add more so that you know how to change, and then you could also know how to improve. So as you can see, we improve at least this one, and because this is a spline, what you can do is select that. If you added a lot of vertices, so for me, I should have added a lot of vertices here, not just a straight, so that I could see I could show the curve. But as you can see, I could just add it right now. There you go. Now you could grab that vertices, and then you could push it upwards. It will still create that curve that you want to. And then now you could have something like that looks like this. Once you finish, basically you just need to delete the background. So here I'm just gonna delete the background, delete, and then you will have the Tim Hortons logo if you finish this. If not, what I will provide something that like looks like this. As you can see, I finished the Tim Hortons, and as you can see, nothing is full. Sometimes I need to stop on all of those. So I'm gonna save this one as uh, Tim Hortons logo, and then save it right here, and then I will provide this one as well. So don't you worry, guys. But of course, I always want you guys to practice, and then I can just delete that. So I'm gonna save it again, close this off, and also I'll probably going to provide this one as well. This is very nice. Usually I see it in the inside of the Tim Hortons. So if you're planning to do an inside interior as well, I suggest that you create this one. But I'm probably just going to do the exterior, and I'm good with that. So I'm gonna save this one as logo number 2. So Tim Hortons logo number 2. And then save it. And then this one was the practice that we did. And as you can see, it's really good using spline. So I'm gonna close this off. Now you can close all of this, and then we could go to our Revit now. And what you need to do is go to your south. And I'm gonna teach you how to insert it. So go to insert, import CAD, importing CAD, because it's just it's gonna be just one time we're gonna use this. It's not something that you need a link CAD because you want it to be constantly right there. Similar to what we have here, this one you could actually put this one as link CAD because you're gonna constantly having it in your plan. If you change it, it will reflect on the changes instantly. So it will be linked to the location that you place the drawing is, and then it's easier to do. But for this one, I'm just gonna put it as import CAD. And then just go to the location that you have it. So I'm just looking for the location offline, off screen, because I have some files there. So, and then AutoCAD file, and then here I'm gonna use this. You can preserve. Well, I could just do black and white. I know it's only black and white, but for my sake, I'm just going to do black and white. Click open. I think before we have to do this, we need to select this one as our attachment. But even though, I'm just going to import this CAD first. Go back, Tim Hortons. I know it will be placed at the ground, so I'm gonna be right there. Luckily, it's flipped to the orientation that we want to. And the good thing about this is, so I'm just going to the good thing about this is it will, so sometimes when you're doing this, sometimes it will lose this aspect right there. I think if we go to 3D, we also have it at the top as its logo. So this one is the one that we created, but I extruded something there. So that's fine. Now I just want this one to be shown right here. So I'm gonna grab this, and then I'm just going to move this and move it in front so that we could see it, right? So go to south and then drop it right there. That's the perfect location that I want it to be placed at. And then after that, once everything is placed, what we could do is go to architecture, click model in place, and then generic model. Press OK, click OK, and then because this is CAD, we just need to set it on, pick a place, pick a plane, extrusion, and we could basically use this pick lines. So that's good with CAD and Revit. They recognize the lines, and what you could do is you could just click all of this. But before that, let's set a material. So I'm gonna set create duplicate. I would like this one to be Tim Hortons logo material. Apply, okay, and then now just pick line, and this will be fun as well. It will take a long time just to do this, but either way, it's a lot easier than paying someone to do all your logos, and it's a good way of understanding how things works. So at least you will know what to do when your company asks you to mimic some logo, especially in architecture. Every logo, for example, if your company is working with Tim Hortons, they will ask you to render an image. At least this is a first step for you guys to know how to do this. Not sure why I cannot select this. And then not sure if everything will be good once this one's on, but just for example, I just want to close it off instantly. What we could do is I just want to see how it looks, so that's why I'm just closing it for now, something like that. Look at 3D. It's not done, but we're going to finish this for sure, especially on those stuff that we cannot select. At least you know that this will be done correctly. So I'm gonna do this offline or off camera. I know this is a time consuming part, so at least I showed you everything, and then once we come back for the next video, this will be done, and then we're gonna do other things that to show that this is a Tim Hortons um, restaurant or cafeteria. So thank you for watching and hope you liked the video. Please hit like and subscribe. Feel free to comment down below.